Day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Greatly Grant channel. In this channel, we are talking about the UAG grant updates and information, and also we are also going to be updating you on the Theobarth and IMF and other grant informations. If you are new on this channel, consider subscribing so that when next we publish our next video, you will be kindly notified. Thank you once again for having me on Greatly channel. Bye for now.
Not the first time that he is bringing an empowerment package to our subscribers. And as a fact, through him, the subscribers of various grants in the grant ecosystem receive grants for the first time in their life after being in the grant ecosystem for 10 years. Through him, we have the Global Food Drive Initiative, which our subscribers on this channel have received hundreds of thousands of naira and millions of naira. Then we have a beneficiary of 9.5 million naira on this platform. That's correct. So today is presenting something more productive, more profitable. He briefed me firsthand, and I'm going to give him an avenue to unveil this new empowerment initiative that will benefit or empower the business-minded ones and families that are subscribers on this channel. Welcome, Mr. Wells, for being here this session. Can you tell us, you talk about the festive season relief fund. What is this festive season relief fund actually about?
Okay, thank you very much once again. I'm very glad to be on Home Julidia TV today again. Talking about the festive season relief fund. Is a special program that happens once in every year, and this is going to be its third year so far since it started. And it's a program designed to assist, to just support families with funds for their festive season. You know, festive season is a very important season for us when it comes to Christmas for Christians and when it comes to New Year for everybody. I don't think there's any culture that does not celebrate the New Year. And so the festive season relief fund is packaged to help people who are celebrating during this festive season, which is obvious, the December and January festive season, to get some fund support to assist them in their celebration of this festivity.
Thank you so much for that. And can you give us a clue on how much will be given as a relief fund for our subscribers? We are aware that it's coming in by Christmas and the New Year. Let's be specific. How much will they receive during this Christmas or the New Year?
Okay, this year's package is quite different from what we had in the previous year. The previous year, it was just a flat rate of 750,000 to every beneficiary. But this year, the package has been designed in such a way to reach out to more persons. And in order to do that, there's a package for 200,000. There's a package for 400,000 naira in case of those of you listening outside of Nigeria. There's a package for 750,000 naira. And the highest one is the 1.5 million package. Now, these are festive relief funds given to beneficiaries who will qualify for this package to go celebrate their festive period.
So if I get you right, this is the third year this is disbursed to Nigerians.
Yes.
Have you been a beneficiary before?
Very well.
Okay. Well, how much did you receive?
750,000.
Okay.
And that year I had 100 beneficiaries only, and we had all 100 beneficiaries got 750,000 that year. That was last year. We were happy to have it come at the time it came.
If you are interested in this scheme, there is the YouTube description on this channel. Click on it, then you will see the link to the WhatsApp group so you can register. This year particularly, what is the quota allocated to you for our subscribers and your people?
Okay, this year the quota allocated to me is 200, not exceeding 200 for now. and that's the quota we have for this year's festive relief fund.
Okay. That implies this 200, some will go to your audience and some will come to my audience on this channel.
Certainly,
Okay.
already as it is, we already have fill-ups on the 200. So certainly, you are allocating quota for your audience.
Okay. Please, our subscribers on this channel would like to know what is the source of this fund. How are they getting it? And they want to distribute to the masses. Is it from the federal government, from NGO, from churches? What is the source of this fund? Because there are a lot of fraudulent and deceitful schemes out there. So they will not think this is one of those deceitful or fraudulent schemes.
Okay, it's a good question. As you all know, I bring in things that I can verify, that I can trust. I don't just go for any project. There are so many projects happening today in the world. We don't subscribe to everything. This very fund is a Christian based fund, all right, from Christian organizations, which just came together to see how they can support beneficiaries yearly per annum with this festive fund to assist in Christmas and the New Year.
Okay. That being said, I want to ask, is there any financial commitments that will be required by our members to access this relief fund? Because I notice in this grant community and outside the grant community, there is nothing particularly that will not involve commitment by members. And most times, not as if people will not pay for those services, but they end up paying without having a return on their investment, a profit of what they pay for. So having established that this is genuine, when is there any financial commitment for this one?
Okay, yes, there is. And like you know, our organization, Price Technologies, we are not a charity organization per se. It's a firm. We are into business. But one of the things that we do is source for funding for people, business funds, and other fundings, not just for business, for people, for beneficiaries, and we incur certain costs. And then we also have facilitators we work with from other entities, foreign facilitators. For instance, this relief fund is not coming from Nigeria, to be very precise. All right. And so we have facilitators we work with outside of Nigeria who certainly has to be compensated for their services. When they help beneficiaries get these funds, they are incurring costs like logistics, like transportation, a lot of things, expenses to get these projects to us, to source for this kind of funding for us. So what they do, they don't have any special package for them to compensate those expenses and logistics. And so such payment is to come from beneficiaries. So beneficiaries have roles to play to these facilitators to help replenish their costs wherever it came from, for them to fund and help us source for these opportunities that we have.
Can you be specific or give us an overview of what this commitment looks like for our people?
Okay, for the commitment, there are different categories of recipients here. We have the 200, 400, 750, and 1.5 million. And these are different categories. Now, these categories have different commitments they make because they are not all the same. And now this commitment is not for the relief fund. It's not relief fund that is asking you for the commitment. This commitment is to foot the expenses of the facilitators. So the 200 category has a different commitment they make, and not that you're supposed to pay all at once. There are those commitments that there's something you need to do at the time. You're just to do a little thing at the initial, and then just for them to be sure that you are serious in footing their bills, their expenses, all right, and later on can do the balance when you receive the main funds. You can
Okay.
also support their expenses and food revenues.
It's okay. I believe we will address most of these concerns in the WhatsApp group. In summary, what will you say about this scheme before we depart today?
Okay, I I would say this. The most important thing here is the trust that you have for us as an entity. Now, from the moment you subscribe with us for any of these programs, if I were you become our subscribers. Once you are a subscriber in Price of Technology, some of you are subscribed through the Global Food Drive Initiative, you subscribed already. We will always come with opportunities like this to you, and we always give you assurance, all right, on this kind of project. For coming out like this and using our name shows you that it's real. We don't just bring anything to you. And so we are encouraging you, if you are interested, like we said, the limited slot, we cannot go beyond the 200 that has been given to us. And we are already talking to a population of over 15,000 beneficiaries. So it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
If you cannot believe it now, you can wait. When this one's received, you do your own next year if the opportunity comes again.
If you are interested in this scheme, there is the YouTube description on this channel. Click on it, then you will see the link to the WhatsApp group so you can register. I'm looking forward to you allocating reasonable quota for my community so you have adequate participants in this. Yes, you have not disappointed in the schemes that you have presented to us. They are all returning the investment of our subscribers, and I trust this one will be the same. And we may not need much people for this scheme because the quota is quite few. We guarantee that there will be results of some of your investments. So click on the description option of this YouTube and join our WhatsApp group and participate in this festive season relief fund presented to us by our special guest, by Extra Technology Consultant. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, man.
Before we even go about GFDI, there are some concerns by our members which I want you to address.
Okay.
One, it's about the batch 12 payment. When is payment for batch 12 GFDI commencing?
Officially, the batch payment starts Tuesday, 19th of August, 2025. And so batch 12 is going to commence. Last set of batch 11 are going to be receiving their payment this week, right before the end of the week. That should be concluded. And we're already submitting by now, take notes, by Sunday midnight of this week. Tuesday is 19th. That means by 17th midnight, we are going to be sending the final list for batch 12 for payment. We are going to compile the final names and forward for payment.
Okay.
For batch 12. That means the window for registration ends on Saturday midnight.
Okay.
Because by Sunday we are compiling and forwarding. And so that is the window. And so by Sunday, after Sunday, anything from Monday is batch 13 registration. Because we should have submitted our final list that Sunday, and Monday they should be preparing them for disbursement in batch 12. So
those that are still expecting to register to participate in batch 12, you have from today till Saturday midnight to register and participate. Then for those that are in our WhatsApps and the Telegram groups, take advantage of this medium and join the batch 12. Batch 13 will be far ahead of the year. So I will expect all my subscribers to participate in the payment for batch 12 that is commencing on this August. Let me quickly ask, those that registered on March experienced some slight delay because they were expecting to receive the 3 cycles of payments. That's the 1,005, now 1,000. The former 6,450, now 6,500, and the 40,000 in 3 months. Then we experience slight delay for those that joined to our platform on March. We are now in August, although all of them have confirmed receiving the first cycle of payment accurately. Yes, on my platform, all of them have received the first cycle of payment. They will participate in the second cycle. But why the delay? And is there expectation that there will be speedy payments in this batch 12?
There is no current promise on speed beyond what is happening now. That's because there are a lot of things we don't regulate in this country. So we cannot make such promises. If I make such promises from here, I'll be lying to you. But one thing is sure, payments are going to go out in batch 12. Everybody gets paid. But the speed we cannot guarantee for now. We can only guarantee speed in batch 13. That is because in batch 13, bulk disbursement will go to private NGOs who now disburse to their beneficiaries. With that, it will be faster. But in this batch 13, we all have to bear it together. And this is no fault of GFDI. Our schedule in GFDI remains the same, but the challenge is we have regulations we cannot control. All right? And we have to stick to it. We have to abide by rules. So we have to follow it through. But one thing is sure, just like it happened in batch 11, everybody got payment. Finally, batch 11. Same thing will happen in batch 12, everybody will get payment. Those who were scheduled for 40,000 will get 40. Those who were scheduled for 6,500 will get it. Those scheduled for 1,000 will get it. All of that will happen in batch 12. And in batch 13, which I would also advise, immediately batch 12 starts. If you want to be on the first list in batch 13, this is the time you start subscribing, because GFDI is not coming to close anytime from now. Don't worry, it's not shutting down. GFDI will stay until they meet their targets, beneficiaries, and they reach out to everybody that needs to be reached through this program. So you have that as an assurance. You have nothing to fear. And so the only thing that may happen is delay, going beyond our schedule. These are some of the things that when planning a program you look at. Certainly, there are factors beyond our control. Certainly such factors
at the time, I was briefed that they are making arrangement for extension of daily payments.
Yes.
Did that work?
It did not work. That's the reason why in batch 13, they are now making arrangement for NGO payments instead, so that it gets faster. So imagine where I am paying, you are paying, another person is paying, and it's not just one person. Right now, for instance, I want to take myself as the GFDI paying agent, all right? And right now, all the load is on the GFDI payment agent. But imagine where we are sharing the load, it gets faster. So even if our quota is not increased, the payment quota is not increased, or one day is increased, one thing is sure, payment can be faster from batch 13, because now it's paid to the NGOs, and the NGOs disburse their beneficiaries.
This movement, will that not deny individuals the privilege of participating when NGO take over the payment and you must register as an NGO before you participate? Won't that deny individuals participation?
No, certainly not. Now take note of this. I've met a lot of these questions about what happens, what's the modalities put in place to monitor NGOs to ensure that you don't cheat the individuals. Certainly we are going to monitor. We don't have any fears. Every NGO must account for the funds that was given to them. First of all, before an NGO is paid for beneficiaries, though they are registered as an NGO, they must present a list of their beneficiaries. That amount is what is paid to them for those beneficiaries, all right? And now you cannot receive more than the beneficiaries you have. So, but the only thing is that GFDI is not the one paying the beneficiaries. You will pay the beneficiaries, or you will register the beneficiaries normally. And then that list that you have that are your beneficiaries are the people that funds will be given to you to pay. And then those lists, just the same way the beneficiaries submit account details, they will submit it like that even in batch 13. When registering for batch 13, it remains the same. The only thing is that you may not see your payment coming from GFDI. It will be coming from one other NGO or the other where you are paid to. That is what happens to individuals there. So the NGO will have to pay and will show proof that they have paid to those beneficiaries before they can move on to any other thing. And this is the reason why an NGO must have that number of slots. Because where an NGO refuses to meet that obligation, actions can be taken against that NGO. So monitoring for that is already assured. You have nothing to fear.